بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولله على الناس حج البيت من استطاع إليه سبيلا. Dear respected brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, mashallah. We have become recharged again after having that good refreshments. And alhamdulillah, we have all performed the Umrah as well, mashallah, while sitting in Jami Masjid. Mashallah, now I'm going to take you all the way to doing the 5 days of Hajj. Now, 5 days, there is a day 1, which is called 8th of Zul-Hijjah, when you go to Makkah to Mina. Day 2, 9th of Zul-Hijjah, when you go from Mina to Arafat. Day 2, 9th Zul-Hijjah in the evening from Arafat to Muzdalifah. Day 3 is the 10th of Zul-Hijjah from Muzdalifah to Mina. Day 4 is the 11th of Zul-Hijjah in Mina. And the day 5 is 12th of Zul-Hijjah in Mina. So basically, the whole journey, majority of the time will be in Mina. Okay. Just to get you ready before we go in for our Hajj. One thing you need to remember, sisters, whenever you go for tawaf, please, my advice is don't go alone. Try to be with someone. There are so many people around there. There's a lot of crowd over there. You know, half of the time, people don't know what they're doing. You know, so you need to protect yourself as well, and you need to protect your modesty as well. So that is why if you see the crowd in the mataf, you do not have to go near the Kaaba. You can just go on the first floor, and that is also, might be a little bit longer, but inshallah at least nobody will be touching you, and you will be doing your tawaf properly. So you need to look at it in that way as well. Try to make sure that you do your tawaf properly with people. This is the nighttime picture for the haram. Okay. Now you're getting ready. So before you go, there's a checklist. What do you need for these 5 days? You don't need to take your suitcase, understand? And you don't need to take your bed from the hotel as well. Alhamdulillah, you will be provided things over there in Mina. So the only thing you need is a rucksack with you, a little bag, and make sure that that bag you're going to bring it back yourself. Don't take too many things, because coming time, your wife will tell you, "Ab ye sara saman aapne uthana hai." Understand? So please, for Allah's sake, as you always do, mashallah, you've been carrying all the bags from Asda and Morrison's as well, so you'll be doing the same again. So for Allah's sake, please, try to minimize yourself. The minimum you take, the more better. Understand? What do you need? Okay, if they're going to provide you some towels, that's fine. You only need one little towel there. A camping mat this is the mat I'm talking about. This is called Haji mat. This mats, you can get it over there for 10 riyals. They're very good mats. You can fold them and just put in your bag. Understand? You can use it because you might need this mat in Muzdalifah. Because Muzdalifah there is no tent and there is no roof, nothing, no carpets. So you'll be sleeping on the ground. So you might need this just to put on the ground, just to lie down, or you can read your namaz on it as well. So just a mat like that, or any kind of a camping mat as well. It's very hot over there, so I don't think you need any blankets, but a very cheap sleeping bag. Just take it from here. Might be a very cheap one. Just for the 5 days, because you know what happens? Inside the tent, air condition is blasting. You know, it is hot, so obviously the air condition is on. Now, you might not take it because air condition is, you know, when it's blowing out, you might not take it because you might be sneezing very quickly. So that's why it's better to have a little sleeping bag as well, at least you can get inside when you want to sleep. And it will be helpful for you again in Muzdalifah. Inflatable pillow as well, it can help you as well. One pillow like this, you know, while you're in over there as well, it can be helpful. Umbrella is very essential over there. The reason is, this is the umbrella, the sun umbrella. Understand? Because man, you are not allowed to wear any cap. So you're not even allowed to wear those kind of caps which has got a little umbrella on it. You're not allowed to wear that as well. Women, you are allowed. You can wear those kind of umbrella where you can just put on top of your head and there's a like umbrella shape. That's all, you are allowed to wear that. But men, you are not allowed to wear that. So you need an umbrella like this, okay? Because it's going to be hot over there. Unless your group is providing it for you, that's fine. MashaAllah, you need Bombay mix. The reason this picture is there, brothers and sisters, because you know, I always say that Haji, when he's hungry, he's angry. Understand? And you will get hungry because sometimes the food doesn't arrive on time. At least you got something to munch around. Understand? You know, when you're hungry. So make sure don't just put in your head in the sleeping bag and start eating. Make sure you share it with others. Okay. Take some nuts as well. You know, your body needs a lot of salt because you'll be sweating over there. Okay. Fruits. My advice to all of you is, these 5 days, please control your diet. Okay? Don't start eating like mad. Alright? Because you need to understand you're going to be in Ihram from the 8th of Zil-Hijjah all the way to 10th of Zil-Hijjah. For at least 3 days you're going to be in Ihram. And if you had a diarrhea in your stomach, you're going to be in problems. Because you know, your Ihram is white. We don't want the colors to change. So we need to understand, brothers, please, for Allah's sake, the fruits, have more fruits in there. Drink a lot of water, that will be helpful for you. You know, that these things will helpful. Tea, all these things. Food will come there, but eat little bit, not too much. You know, look after yourself. This hook is very, I mean, it has helped me all the time. What it does is, you know, when you go to the toilets or something, at least you can hang it, you can hang your things there. Or else, there are hooks as well in the toilets, in Mina and Arafat. But you know, in the tent as well, there are no hooks around. So at least you want to hang your kurta or something, you can easily, it's a helpful thing. Mobile phones, now you need to understand, brothers and sisters, inside the tent, there are sockets. But the sockets are being used. Either one of the sockets is being for the fridge. Now imagine you pulled it out and you're charging your phone and then everybody's going to curse you because the drinks are hot. Understand? So make sure you don't do that. So my advice to you is that just buy a little power bank like this one. This is a very good thing. You charge it properly in your hotel before you leave. Charge it 100% and then you can just plug 2 phones as well together. At least it will be useful for you. Don't keep on playing with your phone. I'm not trying to advise you that, you know, be on your phone all the time. That is the time for ibadah. You know, put your phones away. You only use it for essential. This is also helpful because you'll be sweating, so you can just put some spray on your head. I mean, I'm just saying it. You don't need to buy all these things, but this is just helpful. Okay. All right. One other advice for all of you before you leave Makkah. Every masjid, I mean, in Haram Sharif, you'll find these clocks everywhere. And these clocks over there, you can see in red, it's got the namaz times. So basically, it's got a Fajr beginning time, sunrise time, Zohar beginning time, Asr beginning time, Maghrib time, and Isha beginning time. Write those beginning times, it will help you in these 5 days. Because there's no clocks over there, so at least it will help you over there. You can wear a watch with you all the time, so you can at least check that this is namaz time now, I need to read this namaz, okay? Now this is the directions, I'm just trying to show you. From Makkah, this is Haram, and this is where Mina is. So you can walk as well all the way. But my advice to all of you is, on the first day, your group leader is going to take you in a bus. So please be with them. If at night they tell you we're going at night, don't argue with them and say, oh sorry, it's written in the book that Prophet ﷺ went after sunrise, so I'm going after sunrise. You know what your group leader is going to say? Fair enough, brother, we'll see you in the morning. Understand? And then in the morning, you're going to remember Moulana Adam, oh Moulana sab sahi keh rahe the Jami Masjid mein. Understand? Because remember, you'll be walking all the way from your hotel to Mina in the heat, and then you'll be cursing everybody. Understand? So you need to understand here, please be with the group. Whenever they tell you we're going, just be with them. Understand? On the first day, don't try to be too macho and say, I'm a youngster, I'm a young man, I can walk in. Just go with the group. Especially if you are with women. Especially if you are youngsters, mashallah, you know, a few youngsters are going only, that's fine. But if you are with women and other people with you, dependents, then you need to look after them. Okay. There are some buses as well. Now, the reason I've given this as well, because there are people who don't go, who have shifting. So basically, they don't stay in Makkah. They stay in Makkah for a few days and they're transferred to Aziziyah. From Aziziyah coming to Haram, you have buses. or sometimes you'll have to walk through tunnels. Okay? Remember those tunnels which I just showed you? This is a walking. Aziziyah is just here. So from Aziziyah, you want to come to Haram, there is a route to Jannah. One advice to all of you I want to give. There is if you're taking your smartphone with you, there is an app called Miqat. Okay? There is an app called Miqat. Download that app. It is a very essential, it is very helpful. Wallah, very helpful. I have tried it myself. I just put in there the number of the tent where I am in Mina, and it will guide me straight where I was to, right next to my gate. Alhamdulillah. So it works with GPS, so it's very helpful. That's called Miqat, M-I-Q-A-T. Okay. Hajj. Now I want to go for Hajj. MashaAllah, you put your ihram on. You don't have to buy a new one. You have a shower. Especially on a 7th night, on the 7th of Zul-Hijjah, at night, the group leader will tell you, have your dinner, start getting ready, the buses will come anytime today, tonight, anytime between now and Fajr, when the buses will come, we'll call you, one floor by other floor will come down, and you're going to Mina. Understand? That's how people go to Mina. Okay? When you live, so what do you do now? So you need to have a shower, read your 2 rakats in your hotel, you can read it in Haram as well. You can make your intention straight away, or you can do it afterwards when you're leaving as well. Doesn't matter. So at least get ready, get your bags, everything ready. Once you're informed that you're going now, then make your intention. Before leaving your hotel, make sure you make your intention, because before leaving Makkah, you have to have your intention. So this is the intention you're going to make now. And what is that? Now sisters, Aisha Siddiqa radiallahu ta'ala anha, when she arrived with Prophet Sallallahu, when she left Medina Munawwara, she was not in her periods. While traveling that 10 days, her period started. So when she came to Makkah, she couldn't do her Umrah, because while the time she became Ba, Hajj already started. So Prophet Sallallahu told her to turn her Umrah into her Ifrad. So she made a Hajj as Ifrad. Understand? And Hazrat Sauda radiallahu ta'ala anha, on the other hand, her period started right at the end when they were going back after Hajj. So I'll tell you when it comes. Okay. So if you are in the periods as well, you can go everywhere. The only thing you're not allowed to do is tawaf. You can go to Mina, you can go to Arafat, you can go to Muzdalifah, you are going to be in Ihram, you're going to be in Ibadah, but the only thing you're not going to do is not read your namaz, and you're not going to go to do tawaf. Okay. So this is the intention you make. Allahumma inni uridul hajja fayassirhu li wa taqabbalhu minni. Because now you're doing Hajj, so you need to make the Hajj intention now. So, oh Allah, I intend to perform Hajj, make it easy for me and accept it for me. And then you read Labbaik. Let us read one time as well. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wal ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika laka. 3 times you read, now you keep on reading it. There is a hadith narrated in Bukhari, narrated by Usama ibn Zayd, Fazl bin Abbas. Both of them are saying, we traveled with Prophet ﷺ on the same camel, turn by turn. From one area to another area, Fazl bin Abbas sat on it, and from one area to another area, Usama ibn Zayd sat. Both of them are saying, the only tasbih which we heard from Prophet ﷺ was Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Okay? So this is the tasbih you need to read a lot. You start from that day, from the 7th, keep on reading it. When am I going to stop reading it? The day on the 10th of Zul-Hijjah, you are going to go and pelt the big shaitan, the big jamarat. Before you come to that jamarat, that's when you stop. So you start on the 7th, read all the way 7th, all 8, all 9, on the 10th morning before you pelt, you stop. Okay? This is what you do with Talbiyah. Now I'm just going to go overview of the whole area of Hajj, just to show you. Okay. There is Haram Sharif there, just a small area, you can see that, that's Haram. And that's Mina. All this white area is Mina. Okay? Imagine 2.5 or 3 million people stay there. Okay? And then this is Muzdalifah, and this is Arafat. Okay? So basically on first day you're going to come here, you stay here, in the morning you're going to come here, and then night you come in here, and then you come back to Mina, stay there all the way until you do the office here, and you keep on going there. So this is the whole area. Day 1. So you might be starting after Maghrib, Salah, preferable after Fajr, enter into Ihram, do this in Masjid al-Haram is mustahab, means 2 rakats. Not that you take your clothes and Ihram in Masjid al-Haram and start changing there. No, it means reading the 2 rakats and making the intention. You can do it Haram. Okay. Now, another ruling which I was just going to explain to you. Okay. If I want to do my Hajj Sa'i before I go for Hajj, for those people who are doing Tamattu, it's better to do the Sa'i afterwards, because this is the only Sa'i you're going to do in your normal clothing. Understand? Because Tawaf Ziyarah will be doing normal clothing, and after that Sa'i will be done in normal clothing. Okay? But because you want to do this Sa'i beforehand, you have to do Tawaf, and that's a Nafal Tawaf. So you'll do one Nafal Tawaf, and in that Tawaf you'll do Idtiba as well, open your right shoulder, and Ramal as well, because you're doing Sa'i afterwards. Those sisters who think that their period is going to start in the day of Hajj, I would advise them to do this Sa'i as well before they go for Hajj. Before they go for Hajj, finish this Sa'i. I mean, remember this Sa'i you can do any time. You don't have to do on the 7th as well. You can do on the 6th as well. You can do on the 5th as well, but then you'll be all the way in Ihram. You won't be out of Ihram then. Okay. So, this is the first day. Okay. This is just an advice if you want to do it. Leave for Mina, staying at Mina is Sunnah Mu'akkada. Means Prophet ﷺ stayed in Mina. So without any valid reason, you are not allowed to go to Makkah. You're only going to go Makkah when you're going for Tawaf Ziyarah. Besides that, you don't go to Makkah, not even for Jummah Salah, not even for Eid Salah. Understand? There is no Eid Salah on the Hajjis, and there is no Jummah Salah as well. Okay, so you have to make sure that you stay in Mina. In Mina, perform Zohar, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, and Fajr. And if you have been before night, then you have to read the Fajr of that day as well. Read Talbiyah excessively, read Quran. On that day, especially after Maghrib or after Isha, there'll be a talk in your group. You'll see a Moulana Sahib in your group leader might stand up and give a little talk. Okay, tomorrow this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do. So there will be a little bit explanation. There won't be a PowerPoint presentation, but there will be just explaining you the virtues of Hajj. Okay. These are the signboards you will see. So you know exactly where you are. It says Mina starts here, on the other hand says Mina ends here. So you will know where you are. Are you inside or are you outside? Similar in Arafat, the color is yellow. So you know Arafat starts here, and the other hand is written Arafat ends here. Because you need to know, am I in Arafat on the day of Arafat or not? Same thing in Muzdalifah, there is a signboard as well called Muzdalifah starts here. This is Masjid Khayf. This is the area where Prophet ﷺ performed his Hajj. He stayed here. But you don't stay in this masjid, you stay in your camp. Nobody stays in the masjid. Okay, now this is the whole area of Mina. This is what I want to show you. This is the Jamarat, the 3 shaitan, the 3 Jamarat where we're going to pelt. Most of us, we're going to be in this area. We are the furthest, the Europeans, they keep us right at the further. So basically we Europeans, the Canada, the Turkish people, all of us are around here. Understand? वो हमको कहते हैं कि सारा साल तो तुम उनके करीब रहते हो, अभी हज में आकर तो दूर रहो. Understand? So they keep you far away. All right. Or either they make you do more exercise. So this is Mina. There is Aziziyah. This area is called Aziziyah. So those people who are shifting, they are going to be more near to Mina. Now when you enter your tent, you will see a number there. That is the wristband you have. They'll have a number on it, that number. But that number doesn't help. There is a number. You see this board over there, this pillar over here. On top of this pillar, there is a number. That's what you need to remember. On top of this pillar, there is a number. That number you put on that app. Understand? In the app, you put that number. And that will bring you right near this gate. Okay? So this is the entrance. You will come first day, you will see exactly, they will look at it's a barcoding system nowadays. So they will make sure that the right people are going inside. Some tents are proper made, very luxury tents, proper boards, doors, everything. You see, you look at these mattresses, mashallah, folded mattresses. They give you sleeping bags as well. and they give you blankets as well, mashallah. So it all depends which group you are in. Okay. This is the passage area. Now one advice for brothers and sisters. When you are in Mina, the sister section will be different, brother will be next door. So it won't be mixed. Understand? Mashallah, in 5-star hotel, you and your wife are in a double room. Mashallah, that was good. But when you are in these 5 days, she will be with the women, you will be with the men. Okay? Whenever you want to call her or you want to talk to her, you come in the passage, you text her that please can you come outside. Not only going inside, opening a flap and say, Yasmin, can you come outside? Astaghfirullah. There might be 10 Yasmins over there. Understand? So you need to be careful who you calling. Secondly, there are women sitting in there because they are doing parda, they're not covering their faces because they are sitting with the women. So you are violating that rule as well. Similar to women as well, please. Because that happened to us once we were sitting in our tent and a woman just came in and said, Ahmed, and everybody's looking at each other, who's Ahmed? So we need to understand here that whenever, vice versa, you want to call your husband for any reason or anyone, please text them, call them outside in this passage, talk to them, inshallah. This area you need to follow them because you're going to read your namaz inside. There's no masjid there, so namaz will be read in your own tent. Okay. Now this is how it's going to be. Sleeping next to each other. Understand? Just literally you're next to each other. So, you know, if you're snoring, Allahu Samad, I don't know what's going to happen to the next guy. So this is how it's going to be. But that's why your earplugs might help you here as well. But then don't oversleep as well. Okay. This is a wuzu area. So ladies, you can see your sign here. Ladies area, there's a wall specially made. And then there's the doors in there. So ladies section is here. Man section is here. This person is standing here. Like there are doors here. Similar, there are doors in here as well. So these are the section for every place is made there. Toilets are there. Facilities are there. There will be a talk like this. Like there's a talk going on here. You know, after Maghrib or something. So this will happen in your tent as well. And this is how they read namaz as well. Don't put too much saman on the top. We don't want shaheed in ihram. You know. Okay. This is the queue. Imagine Fajr time, other time, this is how the queue is. So try to go a little bit earlier for your wuzu. Understand? Or you'll be standing in that queue jumping around. So make sure that try to go early in that queue as well. You know, people, they just want to have shower. And one little advice to all of you. When you go inside the toilet, there is the bottom bit, very thin bit, there's open. So what happens here, when the water is splashing, water will come this way as well. So you can take whole air out as well and just hang it. The reason is, all this dirty water will touch your clothes and that will be bad. So look after yourself in that manner. This is the place of wuzu. Ladies, you will have the other area. Men, you will have the different area. So there's a wuzu area here. Toilets are this one, mashallah. So be patient. There's a 3-in-1. The shower is on the top. Toilet is down. Okay. If you get lost, you can see the color. The color is in red. That means our camps are around here. So you know, that will also help you. Alhamdulillah, if you got the app, it will help you as well, inshallah. And every group has got some kind of a sign, some kind of a flag or something. So you be with your group whenever you are traveling. Now this is Mina. Okay, now next day. In the morning, after Fajr, Salah depart for Arafat. Read Zohar and Asr. Stay there until sunset. Read Talbiyah excessively. Read Quran. Do Zikr. Do Tawbah Istighfar. After Fajr, start Takbir Tashriq till 13th Asr. And the time of Wukuf begins from Zawal and it ends at Subha Sadiq. Now just for your information, I want to explain you this. On the day of Arafat, what's going to happen? On the first day in Mina, on the 8th of Zul-Hijjah, one whole area of tents, for example, group 34. So in that 34, there will be about 10 to 20 groups from United Kingdom in that area. So at night, the Muallim, the person who's in charge of those 20 groups from Saudi Hajj ministry, he's going to call all the group leaders in his small office. And he'll have some numbers, 1 to 20. And he'll say to them, pick one number. They won't know what number they're picking. So pick one number and they'll pick the number. Why they do that? Next morning, it's all organized properly. So next morning, you will leave Mina to Arafat according to your number. So if your group number is number 1, that means after Fajr, you have your breakfast and buses will come and take you straight away. If your group is 20, then my advice is go to sleep. Because for 2 hours, nothing's going to happen. Understand? So have a breakfast and just go to sleep. Because after 2 hours, your turn will. Nobody's going to be left behind. Everyone will go. Everyone has to go. And they will make sure that everyone goes to Arafat. So you won't be left behind. Don't worry about it. In Arafat, if you arrive in Arafat before Zawal, for example, I arrived in Arafat at 10 o'clock. Zawal starts at 12 o'clock. I find my tent, I put my Hajj mat, and I can go to sleep. Understand? Because there's nothing to do. So have a good rest. Zawal time, 11 o'clock, wake up, do your wuzu, freshen up, and from 12 o'clock start your ibadah. Understand? That is the time to start. So ibadah time starts from Zawal. Remember, that is the time when the ibadah starts. Okay. Another thing which we need to remember. In the whole world, everywhere on the 9th of Zul-Hijjah, one day before Eid, we all read Takbir Tashriq. Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar walillahi alhamd. So that is what we're going to read in this masjid as well, on the 9th of Zul-Hijjah, same in Hajj as well. So we start that Takbir Tashriq as well, we keep on reading it until then. Now in Haram, we got a habit in our masjid, mashallah, we read it loudly. Understand? The Imam is reading loudly as well, we're all reading loudly. Now when we go to Haram Masjid, we don't hear the Imam, Sheikh Shuday is reading loudly or whatever it is. They're following the different fiqh. That doesn't mean that they're not reading, they do read. But they don't read it loudly and is as together. So you are there, you can read it loudly as well. Not too loudly, but you can read it. Okay. Now other thing, the time starts from Zawal and it ends till Maghrib is wajib. So what does that mean? Just to inform you now. In Arafat, you have to be there for 1 minute. If I went everywhere and I didn't go to Arafat, I wasted my journey, I wasted that 5,000 to 6,000 pounds. My Hajj is not done, I'll have to come back again. If I just went for Arafat and I didn't go anywhere, my Hajj is done. Understand? Now what the ruling is, you have to be in Arafat from Zawal all the way till next day morning Subha Sadiq. That's when your Hajj is done. But to stay till sunset is wajib. So if you don't be at that wajib time, you'll have to give a dam, means a goat in sacrifice. Remember that. Okay. But inshallah, that is my experience and I'm telling you, all of you will be there inshallah. From Zawal, you will be there till sunset. Understand? It is very hard. I've heard that somebody wasn't there till sunset and came afterwards. You will be there inshallah till sunset. Okay. Now, one thing I want to explain you about the salah. Listen very carefully, please. Regarding the two salahs in Arafat, it is Zohar Salah and Asr Salah. Okay? Remember, there is a masjid in Arafat, and that masjid is called Masjid al-Namra. In that masjid, from the Saudi government, there is an imam, appointed imam, who is a Hajj imam. And remember, this is going on from the time of Rasulullah Sallallahu. When Rasulullah Sallallahu went for Hajj in the 10th Hijri, 1 year before that, in the 9th Hijri, he sent Sayyidina Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu as Amir of Hajj. Understand? And Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu went 1 year before Prophet Sallallahu with a group of Muslims, and Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu was sent afterwards to guide him as well, just for few information, few rules and regulations to tell Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu to tell the people that these rules had to be implemented from next year. So that's the first Hajj Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala did. And then next year Prophet Sallallahu was the group leader. And then after that, obviously Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala being the leader again. So what I want to just to explain you here, that every year there is a group leader, a Hajj Mu'allim, a Hajj Imam. And that is appointed by the Saudi government. So he gives a khutbah. He gives a khutbah. You know, and when he gives a khutbah, he reads both namaz together. So he reads Zohar, and after Zohar finishes, he leads the Asr. So both namaz are read together. Now, for those brothers, you know, if you're following one fiqh, you know, if you're following the Hanafi fiqh, this salah, if you're reading behind that imam, that's fine. Your namaz has to be read with the beginning time of Zohar will be read as Zohar, Asr will be read before the time. Okay? But if you are reading in the tent, then you read Zohar at Zohar time, Asr at Asr time. But in your tent, if somebody is reading Zohar and Asr together, don't argue with anyone. Those are right as well, so there shouldn't be any argument over there. Remember that. Okay. So this is just the ruling of the Salah. So this is done as well. Let's just look at the overview picture of Arafat. So, sorry. Just to show you that there is a masjid, Masjid Nimra, and there is a place called Jabal Rahma as well. There's a mountain called Jabal Rahma, and there is a masjid as well. There are two things. I'll bring the next picture as well. This is going from Arafat in the morning. These are the buses. These are the buses will come. You see number 3 written there. You'll have your group number there. Understand? So you know which buses you're going. This is how Arafat is. There's masjid there. The toilets are there. There is a mountain known as Jabal Rahma, where Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam and Hawa alayhi salam met on that point. And that's a place where the tents are. But nowadays there are modern tents, which I'll show you the pictures of. Okay. These tents are still there, but I'm telling you, most of us, we don't even use this anymore. We got these air-conditioned tents now in Arafat as well, mashallah. So the air-conditioned tents in Arafat. As you can see, mashallah, brothers are sleeping here as well. Okay. This is the area to walk around. There is wuzu area there as well. You see the queue. So try to go earlier. This is olden days. Some places are still there. The tents, real hot. Okay. And this is the crowd. It is not sunnah to climb the mountain on the day of Arafat. Remember that. Prophet ﷺ didn't climb the mountain. Prophet ﷺ was sitting on his camel near the mountain, where the mountain starts. And he was giving the khutbah to all these Sahabas who came for Hajj. And Prophet ﷺ, now the Sahabas were confused. Is Prophet ﷺ fasting or is he not fasting? One day before Eid is called the day of Arafat. And it is a sunnah of Rasulullah ﷺ that he always used to fast on that day. So that is why they were confused. Why were they confused? Because that was the habit of Prophet ﷺ all his life. He used to always fast on that day. So they were confused. Is he fasting or is he not fasting? So what happened? Abbas radiallahu ta'ala's wife, which is the auntie of Rasulullah ﷺ, her name is Fadl. She took a glass of milk and she gave it to the nephew Muhammad Rasulullah ﷺ to drink. Prophet ﷺ drank the milk, and all these Hajjis, they saw that Prophet ﷺ is not fasting. This is a favor, a mercy for Rasulullah ﷺ for the Hajjis. That you come for Hajj, you don't have to fast. Understand? Rest of the people in the world, you haven't come for Hajj, so you fast. But those who have come for Hajj, you don't have to fast. Okay? So this is the day. So Sahabas didn't even climb that mountain as well. You can go and visit it afterwards, but not on the day, please. Okay. Now, at night, after sunset, one little advice again. Same scenario is going to happen in the in Arafat as well. From Arafat to Muzdalifah, you're going to go according to your number. So if your group is number 1, straight after sunset, when the buses will start coming, your group will go. If not, just have a rest. When your turn will come, you have to go. Understand? So you will go according to your turn, and inshallah you will be there in Muzdalifah. When you arrive in Muzdalifah, you read your Maghrib in Muzdalifah. Now, this is the only day for the Hajjis that you are not allowed to read your Maghrib prayer at Maghrib time. You're going to read your Maghrib Salah at Isha time with Isha. Understand? And that is going to be read in Muzdalifah. So if I arrive in Muzdalifah before Isha time, I don't read the namaz, I wait until Isha time starts. And most of the time it happens that we arrive in Muzdalifah at Isha time, anyway. So perform Maghrib and Isha at Isha time with one azan and one iqam. Spend the night in Muzdalifah. It is sunnah to spend the night in Muzdalifah. It is not wajib to spend for the ladies, but obviously ladies, you are going with the manfolk, so you stay with them. Perform Fajr Salah in Muzdalifah. Collect 70 pebbles. You only have to collect 49. Basically, 7 for the first day, 21 for the second day, 21 for the other day. This is optional. The third day is optional. So basically, you only need about 50 pebbles. 50 pebbles. Okay. The time of wukuf begins at Subah Sadiq and ends at sunrise. In Arafat, for 1 minute it was faraz. In Muzdalifah, 1 minute is wajib. And what is that wajib time? Fajr beginning time till sunrise. And Rasulullah ﷺ did one thing opposite. which is in here, what? He read the Fajr Salah not in a normal time what he reads, he read right at the beginning time. He didn't read every time in the beginning time, but this was right at the peak beginning time as namaz time starts, and he read his Fajr prayer. So that shows us that once Fajr prayer starts, read your Fajr prayer. Understand? You don't wait until sunrise. And it takes you 10 minutes to read your Fajr anyway. So your wajib will be done. Alhamdulillah. And sisters, this wajib is not for you, so you don't have to worry if you read that Fajr afterwards, before sunrise in Mina as well. But when the brothers are reading it, read with them and finish it. Okay. Just leave before sunrise. If you're still there, then or else you can start leaving at night as well. Okay, I'm just putting a scenario here where I'm stopping for sisters. One little scenario for my sisters. That is, if you think, because remember one thing, sisters, there is a tawaf called tawaf al-ziyarah, and that is faraz of Hajj. You have to do that tawaf. Without that tawaf, your husband is not going to become halal for you, and neither you become halal for your husband. So for that tawaf has to be done. Now, if you think that you are going to come into your periods in any day on the 10th or 11th, my advice to you is, once you collect your pebbles, because this scenario exactly happened last year, I can remember one couple came to me and I had to send them to Makkah straight away after collecting it. So once you collect the pebbles from Muzdalifah, you tell your group leader that me and my husband we're going to Makkah. So get a taxi or anything, inshallah, you'll get it over there and then you go straight to, or either you have to walk a little bit and then you'll catch a taxi. And then you go straight to Makkah, stay in Haram. Once Fajr time, Fajr Azan happens, straight away start doing the tawaf. So that is going to be tawaf is here. Now the husband, you are still in your ihram. So you have to do ittiba as well and rabal as well if you have not done your sa'i. If you have already done your sa'i, that's fine. So you need to do that tawaf. At least that tawaf will be out of your question. Then after tawaf, you come and pelt the jamarat. Okay? Stay in Makkah, and from Makkah you can just walk till the jamarat. Okay. This is just a scenario I'm telling you, but you can always ask. That's why I told you, sisters, you need to ask about your own, that personal hygiene, those things, those questions to an alima, and they will explain you in a better way. This is Muzdalifah again. Muzdalifah, there is no carpets, and there is no roof, no tent, nothing. They put you behind the wires so chicken don't run away. There are the toilets. The double story, upstairs as well. Upstairs are our toilets, mashallah, the English toilets, right? And the downstairs are normal ones, right? So wherever you want to go. Collecting pebbles, you see, people are just lying down. You need to stay with your families, remember. If you're going with your wife, families, stay together. You're going to collect the pebbles, not stones. Understand? But shaitan ko marne hai, bare conquer le jane. No. You don't need to take big stones because I'm going to beat up the shaitan. No. Small ones. I was just, one of my friends, he's got some gold stone. So we were just talking about it. A doctor was explaining, and I was just thinking about it. We were sitting down, and he's saying that, when you have small ones in there, they give you more pain. And when you have bigger ones, they just move around. You don't even know about them. Understand? And it's true. The small ones, they hurt the shaitan more. The bigger ones, he's just laughing. Understand? So better take the small ones. Because obviously, bigger ones, you might hurt someone. After you come out from there in the morning, you're going to Mina now. There is Muzdalifah. Mina starts here, Muzdalifah ends here. You see that sign over here? It says it's the Qibla sign. You'll find there's a tube light in there. So at night, they're on as well. So you know where Qibla is. Okay? Don't be too smart with your smartphones. I can remember a few years back, a brother came to me and said, Moulana Sahib, can you come here? The Qibla is wrong. I said, well, what do you mean Qibla is wrong? The Kaaba is right in front of our eyes. What are you talking about? Yeah, I can see the Kaaba, you can see the Kaaba. What are you talking about? Qibla is wrong. So he took out his mobile phone, smartphone. Now obviously the direction was showing somewhere else. मैंने कहा शुक्र कर तो मस्जिद हराम में है, वरना तेरी पिटाई इधर ही करता, तुझे ही दम दे देता. So don't be too smart with your phones. Alhamdulillah, they have provided facilities for you. So you'll find this signal everywhere. There are signs there, so you know where exactly the Qibla is. Okay, there are some tunnels here you need to walk. So my advice to my brothers and sisters is, if you're going for Hajj, make your intention from today. From tomorrow, husband and wife are going for a walk every day, 1.5 miles that way, 1.5 miles back home. Every day. That's walk you're going to start from tomorrow. Okay? Because you need to practice yourself. There's a lot of walking there. So if you don't walk now, you're going to be walking over there, whether you like it or not. Understand? So there's a lot of walking over there. These are the tunnels. I'm just showing you pictures. Look how long that tunnel is. One tunnel is so long, you're just thinking, when is this tunnel going to end? Understand? That's how long that walk is. Look at the crowd. Don't panic in this crowd. For Allah's sake, don't panic. Shaitan wants you to panic. But please don't panic. Just keep on following and be calm and just keep on walking. Inshallah, you'll go through that, inshallah. It's very easy for us as well. We are lazy people. So there's this for us as well, alhamdulillah. As you can see, brothers are going. Look at the crowd. Sometimes I switch this off because of the crowd. Once you come out from the tunnels, then you're going to come out in this kind of an area. You keep on walking. This will link you straight away on the 3rd floor because you're coming from your camp, the European camp. When you finish the 3 tunnels, there are 3 tunnels to go. 1, 2, 3. When you finish the 3rd tunnel, then you come in this kind of an area. When you come out from this area, it links you straight away to the 3rd floor of Jamarat. And then you can go straight, just follow it, inshallah. And it's so easy nowadays. It was so hard in those days, so easy now. Okay, so what you're going to do now, on the 3rd day, you depart from Mina after Fajr before sunrise. Pelting the big Jamarat, 7 pebbles. P. The time for Rami is from Subha Sadiq till Subha Sadiq of the following day. And Masnoon time is before, from sunrise till Zabah. Now, you have to pelt. Remember, you got 24 hours to pelt it. So don't hurry. Go with your group and be with the group. If you cannot do it in the morning, do it in the afternoon. Not afternoon, do it in the evening, later evening, or at night. If you got more elderly people with you, try to do it later. But you have got 24 hours to do this work. Understand? So until you don't do this, you cannot start another thing. So first you have to pelt. Second, animal sacrifice. Animal sacrifice is called Dame Shukr. Every year you do Qurbani. Every year you do Qurbani. That Qurbani is not this Qurbani. That Qurbani is wajib upon you. If you are a musafir over there, it's not wajib upon you. But you can arrange that Qurbani before you go. You can do it now. You can pay the money now and your Qurbani will be done, inshallah. Anywhere in the world. But this Qurbani, Dame Shukr, has to be done in Haram. You cannot do in India, Pakistan or Bangladesh or anywhere else. This Dame Shukr has to be done in Haram, nowhere else. So it has to be in that Mina and that Haram area. So you have to be there. So it's called animal sacrifice, it's called Dame Shukr. And then shaving the head. As you know, it's put in a very good pattern, P-A-S-S. If you do in this order, then you will pass, inshallah. So first you pelt, then you do the animal sacrifice, then you. If you're doing Hajj Ifrat, then this animal sacrifice is not wajib upon you. So after pelting, you can shave your hair straight away. Okay. Tawaf Ziyarah. Tawaf Ziyarah can be done before this as well. But if you don't want to do it afterwards, it will be better. Because if you do it before this, then you'll be in Ihram. If you do it after this, then you'll be out of Ihram. Tawaf Ziyarah time now. Tawaf Ziyarah time starts from Subha Sadiq of the 10th of Zil-Hijjah, Subha Sadiq, and it ends on the 12th Zil-Hijjah sunset. My advice to you is, if you can do Tawaf Ziyarah in the evening of the 10th, do it. Mostly if you delay it to 11th, fair enough. Don't delay it more than 11, don't go to 12. Because what's going to happen, rush will be coming from Mina back to Makkah. You still hanging around there, you got 2 duties to do. Going back to pelt the shaitan, doing Tawaf Ziyarah as well, too many things. So try to finish this Tawaf. And inshallah, by doing Tawaf Ziyarah, if the whole night goes in Makkah, doesn't matter. Sometimes you might be thinking, oh, I have to be in Mina at night and I'm here. Doesn't matter, because you are there for Tawaf Ziyarah. So as long as you are in Makkah for Tawaf Ziyarah, and it takes you so many hours, doesn't matter. But try to finish it Tawaf Ziyarah on the same day. And inshallah, all of you will do it, inshallah. You need to try. I personally say that you will be shaving your hair before Maghrib, inshallah. on this day, before Maghrib or before by Asr, you'll shave your hair, you'll be in your normal clothing as well, and inshallah after Isha Salah, after having some good food, inshallah, you'll be starting your tawaf ziyarah. Okay. Now just to give you a satellite picture of, now we are around here, just over here, we have to go all these tunnels, understand? And then we come out here, all the way around here. So this is Mina, and that's where the Jamarat is. We don't pelt the wall. This wall is only a sign. We have to throw in this place, in this well, in this oval shape, we have to throw the pebble inside. So we take a pebble and throw inside. This is only a sign, understand? Just to show that this is the Jamarat. Because if you throw on that stone, it will rebound and come back to you. Shaitan kahega, bhai tu hi wapis le le, mujhe na de. Understand? So make sure that you throw inside. In 1953, mashallah, Shaitan was small as well. He was very weak. There were more buzruks in those days. So, as you can see, the Shaitan was very weak, alhamdulillah, but Coca-Cola was still there, mashallah, that's what he was drinking. So, then there came a monument, understand? And I can remember those days. I have seen people throwing from here, and it was dropping on someone's head here. And that guy was thinking, bhai, main Shaitan nahi hu, Shaitan bhage. Understand? And really, literally, it was happening. I saw one brother throwing it from far away those days, and I told him, I went to him and said, brother, I think you'll get a place in Olympics. So this is something, you know. So this was really tough. It was like the flyover outside. Just one flyover, and that's it. Downstairs and upstairs. And it was really tough, it was those days. Well, alhamdulillah, people did manage it. Until Saudi government made a 7-star building for the shayateens. Understand? So alhamdulillah, you know, it has made it so easy for us. Imagine all this area that's cost them billions, but it's made so easy for you that no one should ever say that I'm not gonna go and pelt. No woman should say that, oh, so many people, big crowd, I can't go. My sisters, when it's Boxing Day sale, your husband is still sleeping and you're shopping. So we need to understand here that when that crowd you're allowed to go, but this is a crowd here as well. Be with everyone and do it, inshallah. Also the people in wheelchair can do it. The wheelchair facilities are there as well. Only that person who cannot move, is bedridden, then he's going to make someone a wakil. You know, on behalf of me, you go and pelt. You don't just go and pelt, because I can remember a brother came to me and said, Moulana Sahib, I pelted on behalf of my mother as well. I said, did your mother tell you to pelt? He said, no, she didn't. So that you'll have to go again. Understand? So you need to understand here, somebody has to appoint you for that duty. Okay. So this is Jamarat, brothers. This is the crowd. Now I'm just trying to show you this crowd. Don't try this one. He was really angry that day. Okay. Alright. On this diagram, I want to make it very easy for you, brother. So listen very carefully, because all 3 days you have to do one thing which I want to show you on one go. Okay? Don't want to waste time. Okay. So all of you will be coming this direction. You see this area, you're going to come this direction. That's the first one. You don't touch him. Police will be looking after him. Second one, the Saudi army is looking after him. The only one you're going to pelt is this one. Okay? So I'm only going to show you on this direction what you have to do on that one. Okay? So what you do, you keep on coming, following, you come here. And then you keep on following, walking towards this wall. Stop here, be together with everybody, male and female all together. And then slowly walk together. Inshallah, you'll be coming right over there. You see this wall over here? You'll be coming right there. And you'll be literally standing next to the wall and you'll be throwing it. Understand? It's so easy now. How you throw it? You take a pebble and raise your hand like this. Bismillahi Allahu Akbar. Bismillahi Allahu Akbar. Don't just get all 7 and go, Jaldi se dal do, main bhag raha hu yahan se. No, that is not going to count. You have to throw one by one. Okay? So 7 has to go and thrown. So majority, at least 4 has to go. Remember that. So you go here, you leave him on the first day, you just pelt him. That's the first day. Second day, when you will come the same route again, you come here, you pelt him, and then you walk a bit, stay here, facing the Qibla. Qibla is in that direction. You will see on the wall saying Qibla is that direction. So you stand here facing the Qibla. You stand here facing towards the Qibla, and then you make dua. That is the time when duas are accepted. Then you go to the second one, pelt in, and then you move from there, you stand here, facing towards the Qibla, and then you make dua. And the last one, after that, there is no dua. So basically, you're going to pelt the big shaitan, the big jamarat, 3 days, on the 10th, 11th, and 12th. But there is no dua making after that. The dua is only on the 2 days when you're going to pelt this one and this one. Okay, after that, remember. So this is the method for all 3 days, the same method. So you come here, you pelt it, and then move from here, make dua, then come here, pelt 7, make dua, then come here. So first day only this one, second day you pelt all 3. So this is the Jamarat. So that's why I explain you all 3 together. Okay. This is main thing, you have to read this. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. After you finish pelting, you see all these are in ihram. You can see brothers are in ihram because they are in the first day now. So after you finish pelting the big one, you come out there, you'll see the signs here. Understand? Mina, South, Makkah, that way. Because you'll have to walk, keep on following the signs. And either you can go straight to Makkah, to your hotel, on the first day, straight to your hotel, stay in your hotel, and once they tell you, the group leader, that your Qurbani is done, then you go down and find a local barber, shave your hair, come back in your hotel, change your ihram, come back in your clothing. Now you don't need the ihram now, so leave the ihram in the hotel now, come in your clothing, and then after Isha or any time, when you feel suitable for you, go and do your tawaf ziyarah. Understand? So once the tawaf ziyarah is done, then don't wait in Makkah anymore. Once the tawaf ziyarah is done, start going towards Mina. This is Qurbani, I already explained you. Now, Tawaf Ziyarah. Tawaf Ziyarah is exactly the same Tawaf. I already explained you how to do Tawaf. So you come here, you say Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, Walillahi alhamd, and then Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, kiss your hand, and then start the first Tawaf. Now you're in your normal clothing. So there is no worry about ittiba, there is no worry about Ramal. You need to do Ramal. The reason of doing Ramal is because you are going to do the Sa'i. Understand? If you have already done your Sa'i, then there is no Ramal. Then you go round, one round, you stop here, Bismillah Allahu Akbar, second round finish, Bismillah Allahu Akbar, third finish, Bismillah Allahu Akbar, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. When the 7th round finishes, behind Maqam Ibrahim, you need 2 rakats, then you go to Safa Marwa. There will be a lot of crowd, especially on that day. You know, when you go for Tawaf Ziyarah, it's literally packed from wall to wall. You might have seen some videos in Hajj, in Ramadan. In Ramadan, the crowd was like this, properly packed. That's how it's going to be Tawaf Ziyarah time. Tawaf Ziyarah time will be completely packed. So I would advise my sisters, for Allah's sake, don't come in this crowd. You know, try to go over there, go in the first floor. There's a ground floor there, this floor, that floor, or right on the top. There's so many places you can do Tawaf. So rather go there and do it properly, rather than being squashed in this area. Then you go for Safa Marwa. Safa Marwa as well. The basement, ground floor, first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor. There are all these places do Safa Marwa. Okay, that's I already explained about Safa Marwa as well. So I'm just trying to show you that this is what you're going to do. Okay. So Alhamdulillah, we've done most of the things. We've done the 2 days as well. And I explained it. Now, just to explain you one thing. On the 11th of Zil-Hijjah and the 12th of Zil-Hijjah, the pelting time starts at Zawal. Okay? Whether the Saudi government, they issue a fatwa for a long time because they want to minimize the crowd. So what they do is they just say, oh, you can pelt anytime. Brothers, you want to do it properly and there is no problem in it. Alhamdulillah, there is no problem in it about the crowd as well. There's a 7-story building there. So there is no problem about the crowd as well. So my advice to you that please don't go before Zawal. Only the first day when you have to pelt the big shaitan, that's you want to do after sunrise. Besides that, there is no worry about it. The 11th and 12th Zil-Hijjah, you start from Zawal all the way till next day morning. And inshallah, by experience I've said, before Maghrib you will finish it. On the 11th as well, and on the 12th as well. So the Maskun time to Rami is 11th, 12th is from Zawal. Okay. Penalties. Now there are 4 penalties. I don't want to go into deep because you can go and ask someone. One is called badana, sacrifice of a large animal. There is a ruling for that. Secondly, most people, you always hear, oh, तुम्हें दम देना पड़ेगा. वो तुम्हारा दम. You know, कभी होता है कि दम देते देते तुम्हारा दम ना निकल जाए. Understand? So, dam is sacrifice a small animal like a sheep or a goat. And there are rulings there when you have to give that. So you need to sit with ulamas for that. Okay? Sadaqah is a charity equal to Sadaqah Fitr. Or less than Sadaqah Fitr as well. So I would advise you, if you at least after this action when it finishes, 100 riyals keep on the side. At least 100 riyals, just put on the side. And once you finish your Hajj, if you might have done minor mistakes, sometimes you have scratched your beard in such a way so many times, or your hairs fall down, and you've done sometimes you by mistakenly this, that, so many mistakes you're doing. You might not know about it, minor mistakes. So you give sadaqah. So at least that 100 riyals, just give it out in sadaqah. Understand? Okay. There are some metros, I don't think we use it, but just for your information, metro system is there as well. Okay, Tawaf-e-Wida. Tawaf-e-Wida is a farewell tawaf. Now, alhamdulillah, all of you be sitting in Jami Masjid, tamam ko alhamdulillah, apne haji bhi bana diya, alhamdulillah. So all of you are hajis as well now. You have done your Hajj, mashallah. You have done your Umrah, you have done your Hajj. Now is the time you're going to go back home. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he also pelted on the 13th of Zul-Hijjah. If you want to stay in Mina for 13th, it's optional. Your group is not going to stay, because I've never seen a group staying. Your group might go. You want to stay here, you can come with your bags and stay near the Jamarat. Because there are some tents there. You can just put your bags in and just sleep for the night. It's up to you. Understand? If you stay in Mina for the 13th, then you can pelt right in the morning for the 13th. Or for 11 and 12, start from Zawal. From the 10th and 13th, you can pelt after sunrise. Okay? Alright. So, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, on the 13th of Zul-Hijjah, after pelting, his plan was, we're going Medina, straight. So he started packing bags, everybody's putting the tents away, packing the tents away in those days, and putting the camels ready, we're going back to Medina. And he comes in the tent and he sees Hazrat Sauda radiallahu ta'ala anha crying. So he said, Sauda, what's wrong with you? Why are you crying for? So he said, oh, because of me, you'll have to stay another more 8 days or 10 days. So why? He said, my days have started and I haven't done Tawaf-e-Wida. Because Prophet ﷺ said, pack everything up, you go to Makkah, you do Tawaf-e-Wida, and you're off to Medina. Prophet ﷺ asked a question. This is in Bukhari Sharif. Prophet ﷺ asked a question, have you done your Tawaf-e-Ziyarah? She said, yes. Then pack your bags and get on. What do we learn here? For sisters, if your period started after Tawaf-e-Ziyarah, this Tawaf is not wajib upon you. So you don't have to worry about this Tawaf. It's only wajib upon others. Okay, so this Tawaf. Now when does this Tawaf start? Straight after your Tawaf-e-Ziyarah. So for example, I went to do Tawaf-e-Ziyarah, I did my sa'i. Before coming to Mina, I was just sitting near the Kaaba, and I thought to myself, let me just do my Tawaf-e-Wida as well. I'm not going tomorrow home. I'm still going to go to Medina, but I just want to do my Tawaf-e-Wida now. You can do it. And after I come back from Hajj, I can do as many Tawaf as I like. Doesn't matter. Because my Tawaf-e-Wida is done. Many times people make you scared. They say, oh, after Tawaf-e-Wida, you're not allowed to do any Tawaf. No, it's not like that. You can do as many Tawaf as you like after that as well. But please, for Allah's sake, don't make this Tawaf right at the end. The whole bus is waiting for you. MashaAllah. Flight is waiting, we need to go to Jeddah. But ye kahan hai? Tawaf-e-Wida kar raha hai. Understand? And then there's a search party looking for you in the haram, it's in the crowd. And mashallah, you are hanging with the cloth of the Kaaba and crying like mad. Understand? And they'll drag you and put you in the bus. So you need to understand, brothers, try to do this beforehand, at least a half a day or in the morning. Don't do it last minute. Okay. Alhamdulillah, we have done the Tawaf-e-Wida as well, and we've done the rulings of Makkah as well, alhamdulillah. Now, just one thing. Aisha Siddiqa radiallahu ta'ala, a great thing about her. She started crying as well. Understand? So Prophet ﷺ said, now what's wrong with you? Why are you crying as well? So she said to Prophet ﷺ, all of you are going with two things, and I'm only going with one thing. He said, what do you mean by that? He said, you done your Umrah as well, you done your Hajj as well, and I've only done Hajj. She said, don't worry, Aisha. He called Abdul Rahman. Abdul Rahman is the brother of Aisha radiallahu ta'ala. He said to Abdul Rahman, take your sister to Tan'im, and she will put her ihram there, make her do her Umrah, and then meet us on the route of Medina. Understand? We'll see you on this point. And that's what happened. So Aisha, that's why that masjid is called Masjid Aisha. And that is why it's called Tan'im and Masjid Aisha, because Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha put her ihram on that place. Okay? Just for your information, I wanted to say. Okay. Now, alhamdulillah, we've been in Makkah, we're going to Medina. Medina Munawwara Ziyara is not the package of Hajj. What does that mean that? If Hajj becomes compulsory upon me, and if I don't have that much money for Medina Munawwara, but I only have Makkah Mukarramah 5 days, Hajj becomes compulsory. What I'll do now, I will go to Medina for 1 day. I will go in the morning, do ziyarah of the masjid, and come back. Understand? This is my duty. What intention you have to make when you go to Medina? There are two intentions. Haji Imdadullah Rahmatullah Alayhi, one day he was sitting and the ulamas were discussing. Some ulamas were saying we need to make an intention of visiting Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Some ulamas were saying we need to make an intention of visiting the masjid. Haji Imdadullah Rahmatullah Alayhi, he looked at them and he said, brothers, explain to me, why is Masjid Nabi famous for? Understand? It is famous because of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So make your intention first for Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's visit. Understand? As in the hadith it comes, whoever visits me after my death is as though he visited me in my life. Understand? So we need to understand our Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, our Aqidah is that Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the Anbiya Alayhi Salatu Wasalam, they are alive in the graves. When we go there, we say salam to them, we say wa alaikum salam to us. Okay. Masjid al-Nabawi. Masjid al-Nabawi is, this is just to show you some pictures. One thing I want to just explain you. Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam made, he said to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, Allah, you made for Ibrahim Alayhi Salam Makkah Mukarramah sacred, haram. Please make Medina Munawwara haram. So Allah accepted it and Medina became haram. Understand? So Medina has become haram as well. So there is a boundary which says that Medina is haram. Okay. This is how Masjid Nabawi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam looks like. Alhamdulillah. There are the hydraulic umbrellas. They'll open in Zohar time, Asr time. Outside as well. There's so many umbrellas outside. This is the area where Prophet ﷺ used to read his tahajjud prayer. Understand? So Qibla is that way. Qibla is that way. So if you get a chance of reading your tahajjud prayer, come and read here. Brothers, sisters, you might get a chance as well. Remember, sisters, this is the only place, like every masjid, there are two places where men read the namaz, sisters read the salah. Masjid al-Nabawi is like that. Men's section is different, women is different. Only in Haram Sharif, in Makkah, everybody is together moving around in Tawaf. But this area is going to be different. This area is known as Riyazul Jannah. Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, between my house and Mimbar is the Rawzatul min Riyazul Jannah. Inshallah, if you get chance, remember, they block this area a lot. Understand? Because of the crowd, they control it a lot. So if you get a chance of standing in that queue, because they open it, they let few people go, then they close it, they open it, they try to be in that queue. Doesn't matter. If you have to wait for 1 hour or something, at least you get a chance, inshallah, to go and read your salah. And this is the best time I would advise you is, just in the morning, before the Sehri Azan. There are two azans in Makkah and Medina. Always, the whole year. There are always two azans. One azan happens 1 hour before Fajr beginning time. And one azan is Fajr time. So before that azan, they try to make sure the ladies section is closed. So men's section, they start opening. And if you're in that queue, you will find it that clear, inshallah. If you get a chance, just go there, stick yourself and start reading your rakats as much as you can. Okay. I just want to take you to the main bit first. It will be more easy. Okay. When you come in this area, this is called Babu Salam. Qibla is that direction. Babu Salam. You can enter from Babu Salam. You keep on walking. Nobody reads any namaz here anymore. There is no one reading any salah in this area. So you'll be walking here straight here. You can stand here and say Salatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulullah, and then move a little bit. Salatu wassalamu alayka ya Abu Bakr, Salatu wassalamu alayka ya Umar ibn al-Khattab. This area only man is allowed. Women, sisters, you will be allowed in that area as well. But you have times. You've got two times for ziyarah. One time is after Fajr till 11 o'clock. The second time is after Isha till 1 o'clock midnight. So these are the 2 times for you for ziyarah. Okay. This is the pillars. Names are written on the pillars as well. This is the area of Riyadul Jannah. You see, this is how people will in the queue. My advice to you brothers, don't be in that queue. See that pillar here? There'll be a curtain like this, a barrier here as well. So try to go behind that and try to do the salams from there. You'll get a chance. Police will not let you stand for a while because they need to control the crowd. So they'll just make you Haji, 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 Haji. And you just slowly keep on walking. Have that, don't take your mobile. I've seen many people recording things, live video, and trying to show their brothers and sisters throughout the globe what they're doing. Forget everything. Have some respect for that place. So just keep on looking down and keep on walking. And send salam to Prophet ﷺ. Don't ever make dua facing the grave of Rasulullah ﷺ. Remember, or else you'll be in trouble. So it's not allowed. You can't do that. So you just read Salatul Salam, come outside, then you face the Qibla and then make dua. So basically you come here, you say Salam. Remember, the graves are not just right there. The graves are right inside. So it's no point peeping inside and looking inside. You won't see anything. So it's better to just stand there and respectfully send the Salam to Prophet ﷺ. Then you say to Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu, his grave is there. Then Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And according to Sunnah, we find that there's another grave here, which is for Isa alayhi salatu wassalam. Okay. So this is how it is, okay? MashaAllah. 40 prayers. If you're staying in Medina for more than, MashaAllah, for 8 days, that's fine. But you don't have to stay for 8 days. If you stay for 8 days, then you'll get a chance for 40 namaz. Now the Imam, he leads the prayer here. Before he used to lead the prayer in the forward, but now he leads here. This is the member, this is the mihrab of Rasulullah ﷺ. So basically this is the area where Prophet ﷺ used to put his feet and he used to lead the prayer here. So this is the area where the Imam stands nowadays. In Masjid al-Nabawi, there will be a place where you can put your shoes as well. So you can just leave your shoes in that area. The number is written on it, on the boxes. So remember the numbers. Ladies, there are 2 sections here. This section here, this one, and this section here. This is for ladies. Okay, the Qibla is this side. So this is where the green dome is. So this is the whole masjid area. Now this section is for ladies and this section is for ladies. So if you want to come for salam, sisters, you'll have to come in this area, this section. Because this section, the gates will open here and they will bring you all the way here. So you cannot come from here to do salam, you have to come in this area. So if your hotel is around here, you'll have to walk, it's a long walk to come here. If your hotel's around here, that's fine. But this is the section for ladies. And that's the Jannatul Baqi, that's the graveyard of Medina Munawwara. According to Imam Malik rahmatullah alayhi, approximately 10,000 Sahabas are buried there. This is Usman radiallahu ta'ala anhu's grave. It's in Jannatul Baqi. Okay, there's a masjid called Masjid Quba. Regarding Masjid Quba, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever does his wuzu in his house, basically in the hotel, right? And then goes and read 2 rakats in Masjid Quba, Allah will reward that person as though he did 1 maqbool umrah. Now imagine you're 400 miles away from Makkah, reading 2 rakats in Masjid Quba, you're getting the reward of umrah. Understand? So try to at least go for ziyarah to the place and visit the place, inshallah. So Masjid Quba. This is where the Mount Uhud, the battle of Uhud took place. So visit that as well, inshallah. The graves of Hazrat Hamza radiallahu ta'ala anhu. There is a masjid known as Masjid Qiblatayn, where the 2 Qiblas are. There is a Qibla face, that Qibla is engraved on the wall, showing you the opposite direction. So basically the Qibla is like that, then if you face like this, you will see on the wall that Qibla is engraved here. So that masjid is called Masjid Qiblatayn. When the Qibla changed from Jerusalem, from Masjid Aqsa to Masjid al-Haram. This is called Masjid al-Gamama, where the Eid Salah used to take place. There wasn't a masjid here, it was an open area. That's it, brothers and sisters, we come to the end, alhamdulillah. Okay. A question and answers, if there are any question and answers, there's my email address, Adam al-Habib. hajj47@gmail.com, or this is my number 07974841947. Somebody can, if you want to text me or ask me any questions afterwards, please you can drop my number down and you can drop my email down as well. Inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of you for coming. If there's any questions, anybody will to ask, please do ask, inshallah. Just give a few minutes and then we can do dua, inshallah. No questions. Just read Durood Sharif one time, inshallah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Nabiyyina Moulana Muhammad wa alihi wa sallam. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adhaban nar. Rabbana zalamna anfusana wa in lam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna minal khasirin. Ya Allah, तुम्हारे गुनाहों को माफ फरमा दे. या अल्लाह हमारी खताओं से दरगुजर फरमा. या अल्लाह हमारे जितने भाई बहन यहाँ पर आए हैं जो हज में जा रहे हैं, या अल्लाह इनके जाने को कबूल फरमा. या अल्लाह इनके यहाँ बैठने को भी कबूल फरमा. या अल्लाह तमाम के हज को आसान फरमा दे और कबूल फरमा दे. या अल्लाह तमाम मुश्किलात को दूर कर दे. या अल्लाह सारी फिक्रों को दूर कर दे. या अल्लाह जो माएँ अपने बच्चों को छोड़ के जा रही है, अल्लाह उनको भी सब्र अता फरमा. या अल्लाह सबके लिए आसान फरमा देना. सब या अल्लाह सफ़र को बिल्कुल आसान फरमा देना और सबको हज मबरूर अता फरमा. रब्बना तक़ब्बल मिन्ना इन्नका अंतस समीउल अलीम व तुब अलैना इन्नका अंतत तव्वाबुर रहीम. सुब्हान रब्बिका रब्बिल इज़्ज़ति अम्मा यसिफून व सलामुन अलल मुरसलीन वल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन.